a good diet to lose weight. Anytime you want to lose weight, you got to be in a deficit, because the concept of anabolics is such a misconception from the average person into what it really is. If you pose, you're burning some calories. Can some people be carb sensitive? John asked a great question about lower ab development. Stan and I were supposed to pair up. Stan Epidemic and I were supposed to pair up the day that we got closed down. So we'll probably do it right after this this whole lockdown situation. He's going to come over and we're going to get some squatties in. And he should have done it before the lockdown, because I'm going to absolutely crush him after this lockdown. So I might have sent him back into lockdown after this is over. If you guys don't follow Stan Epidemic, follow him. Great guy and bright. And he what's great is Stan is he's a continuous study, and he'll continuously study this stuff, which is great, and bring on some great guests on his podcast. So I recommend, if there's somebody out there that I recommend following, it is Stan Epidemic for you guys. We got any more? I got my whole team here today. We got locked down together. Exactly, a good diet to lose weight. Can I go deeper into that? It's a deficit. Also, I would recommend, mostly right now, because you're on lockdown, depending on how much you are overweight, something I have a couple guys on my Blitz program, and they have, I'll put up a before and after shot. In the last 3 weeks, this guy has lost 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks, and he looks like a different person already. And this is on lockdown, and all he's doing is my diet and some cardio, no weight training. So I'll put that up. But anytime you want to lose weight, you got to be in a deficit. And then I recommend this: don't just diet. I know right now we don't have a lot of weights and stuff like that, but try to shape that body as you diet, because I don't want you to be a thinner, smaller, softer you with just less body weight. You're not going to look that much different, and you're not going to be happy. My recommendation is tighten up. And it's not so much body weight. I want you just to lose fat. So I don't care if your body weight doesn't change much, as long as you lose the fat and build some muscle and roundness to your body. So I told you about hamstring situation. If you guys have a squat rack at home, squats for hamstrings and glutes. But also add in those lunges, man. I tell you, man, nothing better than lunges. Well, besides squats. Let's see what else we got here. The Zach attack jumped on. Hey, Zach, how you been, buddy? All right, so someone here says that he was 240 and he's gained some extra weight. He's 270 now, around 12% body fat. That's awesome, buddy. I'm about 300 right now at around 12%. So you must look freaking crazy good. I usually go down around 8% when I'm sliced to the bone. So I'm assuming you look like a freak. But to drop some body weight, obviously, again, you're a big boy at 270. I try to just put the carbohydrates, but still get those carbs in around the workouts if you're doing any kind of workouts right now. And try not to lose some of that muscularity that you have, especially being 12% at 270 pounds. That's Olympia quality kind of stuff. Also, Jeffrey, do we have a ETA on when the workout will be on the nutrition app? All right, a couple days, and I know my nutrition app people said they'll get it up ASAP. So I should have a home workout for you guys. And for everybody that already has my nutrition, it's free to you guys. And then I'll get it up over on an ebook and free for everybody. Here, just give me some time to get that put together, okay? Kettlebell movements, love them, man. Great stuff. Mostly if you got them at home right now, this situation. Thank you for saying that. We got some support here about blocking negative stuff. Yeah, guys, understand this. Anytime you want to go negative with, and what I think of negative is anytime somebody just goes to any kind of anabolics, because the concept of anabolics is such a misconception from the average person into what it really is. The majority that comments negatively is just, it's kind of a throwaway for them to throw excuses. And so I don't bring that on the page. I'll keep that off the page. Some people that I work with even do it, and I recommend to do it because they have low testosterone. So I'm trying to help people. So if you don't believe in it, that's fine. Some people actually need it. And then the other side that my belief is a majority of society don't need it and can create great bodies, unreal bodies. But I've been around these guys, and I've been around forever knowing that you can't maintain and you can't keep something that is chemically enhanced. So I wish the majority of you guys would just change that mindset. And again, you guys don't need to be Olympia quality bodies. I don't know why you go that route and think that you have to get that good. Trust me, society, if you got some great abs and have like a Brad Pitt body, the world thinks it's incredible. And that's so achievable for anyone. For anyone. And I just hate the fact that some people try to shoot that concept down. So let's see what else we got. So isometrics. Here's the situation. Flexing. If you guys ever flexed or did any kind of isometrics or anything like that, it was actually kind of like an old school thing that people would just kind of pose for their workouts. And it's great. Trust me, if you pose, you're burning some calories. Now, is it going to create muscle? Well, we're going to be in lockdown for a month or two. So let's attempt to see what happens. So, but I always think that flexing is so important for everyone. I got two knuckleheads right now that they constantly flex. But the great thing about that is it really teaches you how to control mind to muscle, and it helps in the workout. So for everybody that's here, I don't care if you're 50 pounds overweight, start flexing, start posing in the mirror, start learning how to flex each muscle. Is one of the greatest things you can do. The Blitz diet is over on my website for all of you that are looking to slice and dice right now. Can some people be carb sensitive? 100%. Everybody that runs away from carbohydrates is carb sensitive. So, I mean, that's kind of a given. If you guys ever watch any kind of bodybuilders, and I'm going to challenge Rez after this to eat 300 grams of carbohydrates for 2 weeks. So pretty much everybody's carb sensitive when you run away from it because you're changing what your body functions off of energy-wise. So you're teaching your body to utilize protein more as energy. And that's not what you want to do because you're obviously what the protein does, it fights off antioxidants, it helps your immune system and it rebuilds your muscle. And that's what you want that job to do. And that's what you want it to continuously do. What you don't want to do is turn your protein in for energy. You want to keep the carbohydrates. So Sean asked a great question about lower ab development and slicing and dicing. Here's one of the biggest things I believe in is obviously we all know that you got to be in a deficit. Obviously we got to lower the carbohydrates if we're getting ready for a show, or a show I mean like photos or anything that you want to get ripped for. That's what I mean by show. I don't mean actually stepping on stage. But what you would like to do is still keep those carbohydrates around before and after your workouts, especially because there's nothing better for a workout than carbohydrates and helping keep that energy. Here's the one thing that I've noticed through the years. Sure, I can get sliced if I pull out my carbs. And that's great for me, but I'm not competing. And I'm just a big guy naturally. I'm 300 pounds. So when I slice and dice and I can just overtrain it off, I'm down to 255 pounds, which is still a monster on stage. Now, for most people, they can't do that. They don't have that much maturity muscle that's sitting on their body. So I would still try to keep the carbohydrates before the workouts, make sure you get it after the workouts, and then sprinkle in a little through the day. We burn so much higher than we give our bodies credit for. And the more you starve and starve yourself and you get that skeleton look, it is not the most pleasing look, guys. And I know sometimes I get that as well, but that's just me trying to experiment on myself on seeing how sliced I possibly can get. But again, try to keep those in there. And it's the consistency over a period of time. Don't just go from 300 grams of carbohydrates down to 50 grams of carbs. If you just drop your carbohydrates from whatever you're doing right now, just 100 grams or even 50 grams, that will already get your body burning into a second level. And that's the approach that I would do. I would take the time for it, guys.